Your new water and sanitation system will make it easier to keep your family healthy. The system has several parts: a rain catchment system that will help bring water into the house, filters that will help clean the water from the rain catchment system and other sources, and a separating toilet that will make waste disposal easier and more sanitary. We are going to explain each part of the system and show you how to care for it. We can only cover the most basic parts in this short video. You can find more information in the system manual and other instructional paperwork. The rain catchment system works very simply. The drain will catch the rain as it falls and channels into the pipe. Because the first rainwater may carry dirt, it will collect at the bottom of the pipe. Inside the pipe, there is an insert which will monitor the flow of the water in the pipe. After the flow has reached a certain level, fresher water will flow to the pipe leading into the rain barrel. The flush filter on the pipe can be set to drain on a slow, consistent rate. Occasionally, you will want to unscrew the valve at the bottom of the pipe and clean out any dirt or buildup in this part of the pipe. The rain catchment system is easy to care for. You don't have to do anything but protect it and occasionally wipe the bottom part of the pipe clean. You shouldn't let children play with the catchment system. They shouldn't touch the insert in the pipe. Let's go over that again. The rain catchment will channel rain into the pipe leading to the water tank. The first flow of rainwater, which may contain more dirt, will be caught in the bottom part of the pipe and slowly drain out. After the flow has reached a certain level, the water will flow to the rain barrel. The system is easy to care for. You just have to protect it. The water tank in your new system will hold 100 gallons. It can be filled in two ways, using a hand pump or using an electrical pump. Your system has both pumps. As part of the water treatment process, the pump will force it through a strainer and two filters. To use the hand pump, open the valve labeled "Open for Hand Pump" and close the valve labeled "Open for Electric." The hand pump brings water from the filled bucket through a strainer that catches large particles of dirt. The water then passes through two filters. After passing through the filters, the water goes to the tank. To use the electrical pump, open the valve labeled "Open for Electric" and close the hand pump valve. This lets the water bypass the hand pump. Turn on the electrical switch. The electrical pump will force the water through the strainer and filters to the tank. The filters will treat the water for small particles, bacteria, cysts, taste, and odor. This is step 1 of the treatment process. In a little bit, we will go over step 2, disinfecting the water. From time to time, you will need to change the filters. When it becomes harder to use the hand pump or the flow into the tank becomes slower, it's time to change the filters. It isn't always necessary to replace both filters at once. Try replacing filter 1 first. It is less expensive and more likely to become clogged first. When you change the filter, remove the housing bowl. Using the wrench that comes with the system, remove the cartridge. Dump the dirty water out of the bowl and wipe it with a clean towel. Put the new cartridge in, make sure it is centered. Check the O-ring to make sure it is centered correctly, and screw it back in. Tighten only enough to prevent leaks. If necessary, replace filter number 2. Put the filter unit back in place. You will also need to clean the strainer screen occasionally. Look at it from time to time. If it is getting dirty, shut down the pump, open the strainer drain valve to get rid of the particles. If it still looks dirty, remove the screen and swish it in a bucket of water. Be careful not to damage the screen. Use only a soft rag or toothbrush if necessary. You will also have to put small amount of chlorine bleach into the clean water tank to make sure that the water is safe to drink. The bleach will kill bacteria, viruses, and other germs that could escape the filter or might be in the tank itself. If you use the correct amount, you shouldn't be able to taste the bleach. If the water is coming from the tank is not disinfected with bleach, it must be boiled at a high boil for at least 1 minute to properly disinfect the water before you drink it, cook with it, or use it to brush your teeth. Only adults should add the bleach. Since bleach can burn the eyes and skin, you should always use rubber gloves and safety glasses when putting it into the tank. You should allow at least 90 minutes to disinfect the water before you need to use it. First, put 1 dropper, 1 milliliter of unscented 8.5% bleach into the tank. Add 10 gallons of water. Always fill the tank 10 gallons at a time and always use the bleach cap to fill the dropper. Continue to add water 10 gallons at a time. Each time you add another 10 gallons, start by adding 1 dropper full of bleach. Adding water this way will ensure that the bleach is mixed thoroughly with the water. Before you add the last 10 gallons, wait 30 minutes. Turn on the water at the sink and let it run for 1 minute. Using the chlorine test strip, after 1 minute, check the running tap water. The test strip will show the level of the chlorine in the water. The amount of chlorine, that is, the amount that registers on the strip, should be over 1. Read the instructions on your test strip to determine the correct color of the test strip when it is reached more than 1. If the color shows the level is below 1, then add 1 more dropper if the tank is about 30 gallons. Add 2 droppers if it is holding about 65 gallons. Add 5 more gallons of water to mix the contents in the tank. Turn on the sink water again and let it run for 1 minute. Follow the instructions for using the test strip. When the strip shows the chlorine residual above 1, wait 60 more minutes before using the water. If the test strip does not show the correct level, let the water run for another 2 minutes and test again. If the chlorine is still below the correct level, add more bleach and pump in more water to mix and test again until the proper level is reached. This may seem like a lot to remember, but you can always refer to the instructions posted on the side of your tank. If the test strip shows that the water is ready to drink, but there is still a chlorine smell that bothers you, fill the pitcher with drinking water and leave it in the refrigerator overnight. Any smell should be gone by morning. Let's go over some important points again. Disinfecting the water with bleach is one of the most important steps in making sure your water is safe for drinking and other uses. It will take some time, but having clean, safe water for your family and yourself is worth the wait. Use household bleach at 8.5% concentration. Use the disposable dropper and test strip that comes with your unit. Always test the water for the correct chlorine level to make sure it is safe. Allow 30 minutes before testing the water and another 60 minutes before using it to make sure that it is treated correctly and safe to drink. Always use rubber gloves and safety glasses. Only adults should add the bleach to the tank, not children. Consult your manual or the instructions attached to the tank for more information. The toilet is designed to separate liquids from solid waste. This arrangement will make disposal easier and more sanitary. Fluids will go into the gray water tank below the toilet. Water from the sink will also drain into this tank. The gauge on the side will tell you when the tank needs to be emptied. There are 2 valves on the side of the tank. Use the discharge upper valve to empty the waste fluids into the seepage pit. After the tank is empty, the valve must be closed. The other valve is the tank emergency drain lower valve. This valve is used to flush accumulated solids out of the tank or to drain the tank if the seepage pit or piping freezes. You should keep the valves closed except when in use. In the winter, you need to keep them closed to prevent freezing. If the seepage pit or the piping freezes, or if the tank needs to be cleaned, open the emergency drain valve to empty the gray water tank. The tank will drain onto the ground. Solid waste will go into the bucket below the toilet seat. It is lined with a compost bag and a pad on the bottom. There is the fan to dry the waste and to control the odor. When the compost bag is full, you will need to replace it with a fresh bag. Lift the toilet seat, remove the bag, close it off, and take it to the landfill. Put a fresh bag and pad into the bucket. Make this a regular practice to prevent odor and to keep the system working properly. You can clean the toilet parts with bleach and water. You should clean the toilet whenever you change the solid waste bag, or even more often. Regular cleaning will help control smell. You should wear rubber gloves for cleaning to protect your health. The screen in the fan inside the toilet also needs to be cleaned. Unclip it, wipe it, and reattach it. To control smells, make sure that the fan in your wall ventilation system is always on. The damper is used to ventilate both the bathroom and the entire house. The damper should only be open just a small amount. This will ensure the toilet is properly vented and will help control smells. If for some reason the wall fan isn't working, or you want more ventilation, turn on the fan in the toilet and close the damper all the way. The fans in this system use very little energy, and it is extremely important that the wall ventilation fan is running all the time when the house is occupied and the system is being used. In using your new water system, you need to keep safety in mind. Here are some of the more important points. In handling bleach, to disinfect the water, use rubber gloves and safety glasses. Keep the chlorine bleach safely away from children. Don't let children play with the equipment. Use caution when handling electrical parts. Empty the toilet when full, and clean the system on a regular basis. These are some of the more important safety concerns. You can find more information in your manual, but no list can be complete. It's important to use common sense in using your equipment. If the system will not be used for a long period of time, or the home is allowed to go cold during the wintertime, the entire system, the water storage tank, water treatment system, the gray water tank, must be drained to prevent growth of bacteria or damage from freezing. Drain the water storage tank and leave all the valves and sink faucets in the open position. Drain the gray water tank using the drain valve and then close both valves. Finally, unplug all electrical connections. Your new water and sanitation system will make it much easier for you to protect your family from getting sick. It will help you prevent common infections and other health problems, especially those that affect children and elders. You will have more fresh water available for drinking, and you will be able to wash your hands, wash dishes, and dispose of waste. You will be able to keep yourself and your family healthier and happy.